You are less in awe of your power as you once were. This is your call. More than ever, it is so important to connect with people. Hi there, lovely. Thank you so much for tuning into your spiritual guidance for today. Let's dive into the message and see what Spirit wants to bring to your attention. Thank you for being open to receiving your guidance. So here are your first oracle cards before we shuffle additional tarot cards and final guidance oracle cards as well. So let's take a look. Your first card is Adventure. Dare to do things differently. Manifest your travel dreams and move to a new location. Okay. We have Growth. Your archetype card is the Ocean. And we have Adversity. So this message feels like it is tied to your creations. It feels like it is timely. It's a very, of course they are all timely messages, but there are a few things that are jumping out at me. Your guidance being directly to move to a new location and to travel, and the ocean coming up really gives me that idea. Growth is telling me that you will find leveling up to be followed by a change in location. There are things holding you back in your current state of being or location, literally, quite literally, or its location is referring to your energetic field where that is positioned right now. It can most certainly be confirmation for you if you are looking for travel, if that is entangled in your dreams in one way or another, but it also speaks generally of the point you are in your rebirth, is what I want to say. Specifically your rebirth and the energy field you are in as that is transforming for you, as you are transforming. You feel held back by outside circumstances. You feel held back by your surroundings. You feel like a drop in the ocean. You feel like growth is limited in one way or another because of surroundings. But dare to do things differently and stay true to your desires. How can we do things differently? What is the call? I've been looking at these cards. They shuffled out as well when I was preparing for the reading, and I chose to put them to the side and reveal them as needed. I am going to take a look at these. We have 3 additional archetype cards. You have the Forest, the Medallion, and the Mirror. I feel like when you look at yourself these days, you feel like you are not seen. You feel like just one small piece of the puzzle as well. You feel like a medallion for you is less impactful on your life than it is for other people. The things that you get, you feel have less of an impact and a weight in your life, as opposed to watching other people get opportunities that you perceive to be bigger or better or more aligned, more convenient, easier. more of a seamless transition. You're comparing the medallions, the awards, and achievements that you get to others. And when you look at yours and you see your outcome, looking in the mirror, you feel like you see a million things at once pertaining to who you are and the things that have made you be that way. You feel like there are so many elements to it. And it could be holding you back from connecting with others. That could be a message for some of you. It could be holding you back from connecting with others at a time where that is much needed. I'm looking now at 33 for adversity, 3 representing relationships and overall harmony and having a lot of wholesome relationships. This is a time that you need to come together with people, and your focus, the mirror here, it's like this shard of glass is what I'm seeing, and you can choose to look at yourself in that small reflective surface and focus in on that, and your field of vision is very narrow when you do that. It is looking at you, and you are something that you also feel like you don't fully see or understand. So your challenge is to tilt that mirror in order to illuminate your surroundings, illuminate others, uplift others as well. Do things differently. See the world differently. Really lean into your empathy, lean into your feelings of connectedness with others. That may be something you have strayed from recently. You found yourself to be a drop in the ocean. You found yourself to be less significant. You found that you feel your power is, you are less in awe of your power as you once were. And your power is feeling less significant and more weak because it is meant to be directed toward others. I'm not mentioning, but when I was shuffling out the bottom of the deck energy that I saw and was relevant for me to look at, and I did see that for a reason, the bottom of the deck was the 6 of Cups, and I wrote down over here on my notes for myself, it says, we must give generously. We must give generously to others. There is adversity in this timeline. There is challenge in this life. If we are detaching ourselves from the spiritual being, detaching ourselves from the spiritual realm and connection with spirit, and we take a look and this mirror expands to reveal what is surrounding us, we see that there is adversity. We see that there is challenge, there is sorrow and sadness. And this is a call more than ever. If you relate and resonate with being a spiritual being, with being a light being, this is your call more than ever. It is so important to connect with people. Going back to our roots as well, I'm just getting, with the forest showing up, it's interesting that I'm holding this pen and I pointed to that. It's making me think of like also writing to others, communicating, even if you don't know people, working with some community outreach in your direct community, or some kind of like, the best, most simple way to put it is like a pen pal situation. Communicate in whatever way feels comfortable. Even as I sit here and I relay these messages, I have no idea who receives them half the time. I know that people sometimes receive them, but I don't know the essence of every being and their story who views these messages and receives them, but they do. And I have to know that that is the case, even if I don't get that answer, or I don't get that confirmation or that response. And similarly, your words are always important. They are always heard by someone. They are always impactful to someone. So be mindful of your words, of course. You never know who is listening. You never know what perceptions they have that cause them to view it in a way that maybe was not your intention. see all angles and perspectives and become one with, yeah, this whole message too of travel. It's now just giving me confirmation. I think the message started out a little bit slow, a little bit unclear, but if you're here now, I'm so glad you stayed for the message. But everything about travel, the ocean, the forest, different landscapes, different people, cultures, reaching a lot of people and coming together in harmony and focusing on loving connections and acceptance of all. Because we are all a drop in the ocean in this big, big world and this lifetime, and everyone is serving a purpose. Expand your horizons, illuminate and shift your mirror to view other perspectives, to put yourself in other people's shoes, and give generously, whether it is your words, whether it is any kind of gesture, like modern gestures that can reach others in this time, like quite simply an example with social media, choosing carefully who you respond to, who you uplift, who you give the time of day when interacting online. That's a specific message, very timely for where we're at here in society and the tools we have and how we're able to communicate with people from all over the place and all over the world. Be mindful of what you are putting out, and it's kind of like karma as well. Like, be careful who you drop your energy field on, whether it's as simple as a like or a comment, whatever it is. Just be mindful and intentional about how it would be received. That's less of a warning and more of an encouragement to go the extra step, whatever that looks like, to show support, to show that you resonate with someone, that to show that you are a spiritual being similar to someone who displays that as well. Because we are all reaching for the same goal. We really are. We are all reaching for light and to expand that light and spread it to others. And the adventure of this life is that mission. Your light can travel further than you may have imagined in the past, or further than you may have experienced it to travel. There is something set in motion when you do these things that is going to stay in motion. And things carry on through a lifetime and travel with us and travel with others as well. We hold things tightly. We struggle as people to release and let go of past hurt and pain and trauma and adversities in front of us. So we have to dig our roots deeper into growing through that and growing through it together, especially giving generously, making sure everyone is fed before seconds are served. Spirit, can we clarify this message additionally? What is needed? Ace of Swords, this is a new way of thinking. It's by no means new, by no means revolutionary statements I've been making. Here's the 10 of Pentacles. But this is a attuning, additional attunement to a greater harmonious intention as a light being, as a spiritual being, as an imperfect person with good intentions. We've got the 9 of Wands. Is there anything else to this message to bring further clarity and magnify further what is here from you, Spirit, from you, God? What are you speaking on to your collective? Eight of Swords. I'm gonna keep going. Six of Swords, travel once again. Seven of Pentacles. Now is really not the time to put up boundaries. Generally, we put up boundaries. Generally, that is what we should do to protect ourselves, but now is not a good time to isolate. Now is a good time to... It's not so much isolation that's being pictured here, it's more so groundedness, planting, laying down your stakes in a place and an intention and rooting in that. And growth doesn't always take movement. Sometimes growth is as similar as the roots of a tree growing down, and we don't see that happening. We don't see how far those roots grow and go, but that is anchoring. And it is like mushrooms, how they have this system below ground that is crazy that connects them, and it's how they communicate. And we see that there is much below the surface that is just as important, and standing your ground is just as important as showing up at the place with the ability to take action. Standing your ground and showing support and likeness to others with a similar intention is how you adventure out, how you choose to do things differently. It's how you move to a new location. The Eight of Swords. And it's not the time to grow with an intention of, or rather a lack of intention, but subconscious intention of being stubborn. It is not the time to necessarily be stubborn. It is not the time to throw your hands up and say, you've done what you can. It is time to live truly and authentically every day. It's time to be consistent in your intention and reach others and inspire others that way as well. The Six of Swords can indicate some travel as well. And those you connect with, there may be opportunity to come together in the 3D in this lifetime as well. You're connecting spiritually, you're connecting through actual communication as well, but there may be opportunity to come together physically with people who you seem to have an outstanding connection with. I want to see if there's any other messages from the tarot here before I reveal this final guidance spirit animal. What else should the collective know here, please, Spirit, about this message? Is there anything else to be revealed? Ace of Wands. We get a clarifying message and supplement this Ace of Wands message, please, here, Spirit. Queen of Pentacles. If you hear the tornado sirens going off, it's all I can think of is a siren call right now. That's all I can think of is being adamant that this is who you are and this is your intention, and attracting others that way, inspiring and uplifting others as well. That's really all I can think of with that tornado siren going off, and I don't think that's a coincidence. Whenever my cats scream in the background after I've said something, or rather my one cat who's super goofy and very vocal, whenever he screams in the background, I think he did at the beginning of this reading, it always feels like a confirmation or like emphasis on what I've just said. Take that if you would like. So your final guidance, Hawk Spirit, let Spirit be your guide. Let Spirit be your guide on this journey as you travel to greater destinations in the spiritual realm, in connectedness with others. Let Spirit be your guide. Let Spirit lead your intention and be behind your intention. That's your message. If you stayed this long, I would love to see you in the comment section. Let me know if this resonated for you. Let me know how you are feeling. I'd love to connect with you there. Leave a like on this message if you resonated. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss future messages from Spirit for you. And thank you so much for being here, being open to receiving your guidance, and for being a beautiful person. You are so important, and I hope that if you take anything from this message, it is that I love you, and I will see you in the next one.